think we are gonna start down the road here, getting started. We are just a minute or two shy of 8 o'clock, but I think we're gonna need the time that we have allocated here this morning. So by starting a minute or two early, I think it'll be a good use of this time. So I wanted to first start out by thanking everybody that's here in attendance. I wanted to send a special thank you to each of the expert guests that are up here at the panel. I do know that this conversation has gone on for a couple months, and there was a lot of logistical coordination. There's some time and some expense on the account of the guests that are here in front of us today. I think what we're doing here today and kind of the theme of the conversation and this discussion that will take place here today is really good. It's good for the entire profession of outdoor recreation. I think it's good for the industry of wilderness medicine. I think it's good for the AORE membership. And I hope that through the discussions today, we actually have some really good outcomes. So, thank you very much. I do want to just quickly, we'll introduce the expert guests here. I would, just state your name and maybe the association you're with, and we'll come back for the position statements a little bit later. Okay?
I'm Bill Forty. I'm here representing the Boy Scouts of America today.
I'm Tom Welch. I'm not actually representing anyone. I'm a practicing physician. I'm also a Wilderness Education Association instructor.
Todd Schimmelfennig. I'm with the Wilderness Medicine Institute.
Bill Payne. I'm the Director of Education at Solo. Andrew Claw. I'm the CEO of Remote Medical International.
Patsy Cott. I'm the Outdoor Director at Texas A&M, here representing AORE.
Mark Friedline, the Director of the Outdoor Program at Miami University, and here representing New York.
And we also have a moderator that's here for us this morning, and Dr. Philip Stosky, are you just behind the column here? Here he is. Dr. Philip Stosky is here on his own accord. He is a diplomat for the American Board of Emergency Medicine. He's the Assistant Professor of Emergency Medicine at the University of California Davis School of Medicine. He's an emergency physician at CEP America at Mercy Medical Center in Redding, California. He's the medical director for the Lassen Volcanic National Park. He's the medical director at Lava Beds National Monument. And Dr. Stosky has nothing to disclose, no financial or other interest in any of the entities involved. And we really thank Dr. Stosky for being here to help contribute to this part of this discussion. A couple other notes. I would like to announce that today's discussion is being audio and videotaped. We have 2 cameras set up on both ends of the room here, and if you can just be aware of these cameras, the equipment, and the cords as you move around the room today. I know that James and Kelly would really appreciate that. The general outline for today's discussion will be as follows. We have this room from 8 this morning till 10:15. And so within that time, there's a couple accomplishments we'd like to reach. One would be, we'll enter into the part where each of the panelists give their position statement, responding to some of the issues and discussions revolving around the standardization of wilderness medicine. We'd then like to get into questions. And these are questions that were submitted by the AORE membership and questions that were submitted by our expert guest panelists here this morning. Some of the questions that were submitted had very common themes, and they were rewritten to incorporate those common themes. Some of the questions will be asked as submitted. The format of these questions, we want to try and get through these questions in approximately 70 minutes. The format of these questions will look a little bit like this. Our moderator, Dr. Stosky, will ask a question. Some questions will be directed to specific individuals. Some will be directed to the collective whole. We'd like to allow approximately 5 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes for the initial answering of that question. And then we would like to allow a period of time for rebuttal. Once the rebuttal process has gone through and Dr. Stosky feels that we've adequately spent enough time or responded to that question, we will move on to the second question. We would like to, there's approximately 15 questions or so, and we would like to get all of them into these 70 minutes. And so if we could all be kind of aware of the time that we're dedicating to each question and help this discussion move forward so that we can kind of scratch the surface with some of these questions, I think everybody here would appreciate that. The final 30 minutes will be a chance for us to open up discussion to the floor. And so it'll be an opportunity for those of you here in the audience to respond to anything you heard earlier today, or to ask questions that you may have regarding any of the topics or the journal articles or anything that came up over the last couple months. We'll like to wrap this up at 10:15 sharp. At 10:30, the AORE has its annual business meeting in the theater downstairs. And it's very important that we certify that room right at 10:30. And so there will be a very brief transition time between the ending of this and when most of us need to be downstairs at that annual business meeting. And so if you guys can all please pay attention to that, and so that we make sure that we transition into that phase of the conference, I would appreciate it. And at this point, I think I would like to now turn the floor over to Dr. Stosky to start this discussion. Thank you.